Hi, Dr. Mark here again. This was a question sent from a reader from Africa. Her dog had a black and watery stool, and since there was not a vet in her area, she asked for some alternative treatments at home. Ideally, the dog would be examined, and a veterinarian could determine how bad the dehydration has progressed, put your dog on 4 fluids, and prescribe antibiotics to keep her alive while she recovers. But I realize that in many parts of the world no veterinarian is available. So what can you do at home? The main cause of death in dogs suffering from vomiting and diarrhea is multisystem organ failure secondary to dehydration. Therefore, the first thing you should do is keep your dog hydrated. You should not wait until your dog has clinical signs of dehydration, tenting skin, dry gums, sunken eyes, and do your utmost to provide fluids now. Since you are not going to be able to put in a catheter and give 4 fluids, the best alternative method is to give your dog subcutaneous (SQ) fluids. There are plenty of articles out there on giving SQ fluids for cats with kidney disease, and everything is the same with a dog. You may need to give the fluid in 2 spots, usually in that loose skin around the shoulders. The correct dose is 10 to 30 milliliters per kilogram. The next thing to do at home is treat the garbage toxicosis, better known as garbage gut. Visit your local pharmacist and find out what kinds of medications are available. There are specific antibiotics for GI infections. One of them, generic metronidazole or Flagyl, does have side effects but is able to treat several of the infections that might be giving your dog diarrhea. The last thing you can do at home is to provide her with palatable food that she is going to eat to bulk up her stools. Several veterinarians suggest rice as it is bland, but not all dogs will eat it. Pumpkin is another good bulky food, but again, not all dogs will eat it, so I prefer to use the following multi-ingredient recipe of lentils, pumpkin, chicken breast, liver, and sometimes grated cheese. Lentils, this is a high-fiber food, so I usually cook about a half cup. Do not add any onions or spices when cooking it. It should be served warm, not hot. Pumpkin, add a few tablespoons or a nice fist-sized chunk. If you have summer squash, it is also fine, but if you have to buy canned pumpkin, make sure it is not the pumpkin pie mix, which has many spices added. Chicken breast, 1 breast is fine, but make sure it is cooked and chopped up fine enough to mix in with the lentil mixture. Liver, add about 100 grams, just enough to make the food smell attractive to your dog. This adds some vitamins but is not what a dog with diarrhea needs. I mainly add it because dogs appreciate the smell. Parmesan cheese, if your dog is not interested in the lentil mixture, I sometimes sprinkle this or garlic salt on top to increase their interest. Neither of these things are needed. Once she is better, you really need to check with a pet shop and see if there are any general dewormers available. Thanks for watching. If you have had any success when dealing with a dog with diarrhea and not had a vet available to help, let us know what you did in the comments. It helps all of us to hear each other's experiences. If you learned something from this video, please give it a like. I would also appreciate if you would take the time to subscribe to my channel. Many of the videos are on choosing the best dog, but I also have plenty on nutrition, health issues like dermatology, and of course some are just about living with our dogs. If you have any health questions about your dog, you can send them to me at one of my Ask a Vet columns at pethelpful.com or yourpetsathome.com. There is no charge for asking a question about your dog, but I do ask you to include info on his age, breed, the results of any tests you have had done. A photo helps a lot too, so I appreciate it if you include that so I can give you the best answer possible. Do you want to read one of my articles on dogs and other pets? You can find my information on pethelpful.com, paradepets.com, and yourpetsathome.com. If you are still here though and have a minute, click on my profile page and take a look at the videos I have posted. If you have any suggestions about what you need to know for your dog, leave a comment. Thanks for hanging around. I hope you and your dog have a nice day.